and I'm making a quick little tutorial on how I color. This has already been colored, but we're gonna delete the whole thing and start over. Okay, so this is an already processed and sharpened PSD where all my frames are loaded, and what I do is I just save the GIFs as sections. So this is the scene between Loki and Tony before Loki throws him off the tower. So I want to GIF this scene today, and I'm going to show you guys how I color it. Alright, so we're gonna delete this entire layer because we don't need it. We're gonna recolor this. So I have all of my frames selected, and I am on the last layer, which is frame 948. Click on a new group tab, and we're not gonna name the group because it depends on the GIF if we're gonna need to recolor when Tony comes around. Okay, so first and foremost, I always hit it up with a curves layer. I start with the curves layer, and a lot of people start with brightening and contrast, which is fine too. That's a great way. I click on this little button here, and this color picker tool, when you put it on light areas of the GIF, it auto colors it for you. Now this isn't it. There's a big process to this. It just gives you like a base to work with, and then you build on that base. Okay, so I'm not pleased with what it's giving me at all because I don't think his face looks right. So I'm going to modify it myself. And I never touch the main layer, the main curves layer right here, until I absolutely need to, because you don't want to fuck with this. I really don't. So I'm going to delete that. Alright, so I go to the red first, and I want the reds to pop. I'm a big person about on the color red. I like to see it pop, but not overwhelm. This looks overwhelming, but this is not the saved PSD, so we're good. Greens, I want it to pop, but I don't want it to dominate, so it'll be around 196 for the input. Sometimes when you can't get the exact number by moving the little bar, just type it in. It's easier that way. And blue, I love blues. If you know me, like, I have a thing for blues. So I like it at 188. This is 190, so it won't do. 188. So you see how this is brightened a little bit, and it evens out the coloring compared to before. Okay, now I hit it up with the selective coloring now because I want the blacks to pop, I want the green to pop, I want the red to pop even more, and I want the whites to look completely white, meaning this part right here, you see this little gray? I don't want that to be there. I want that to be completely white so you don't notice the details, because the more details your GIF loads, the bigger it is, and you want the size to be under 3 MB. Alright, so first we're going to mess around with the blacks. It really depends on the GIF how much black you want to put into it. I always put about 10, sometimes 15, sometimes 20. It really depends on the GIF. Alright, for the whites, this is definitely not, you do not want to go 100 for 100 on this. This is a bad idea. So go for like 20, negative 20 to negative 30. I'm going to do 28 because that's what it landed on, or I could just do 25 like a normal human being. Okay. So reds, we want the reds to pop, so I'm going to do 22 and 24, negative 22, negative 22 and positive 24. Okay, for the yellows, I always go to yellow and then hit it with 15 ish just to pop out the yellows. Okay, now this looks a little too red in my opinion, so we're gonna fix that with a color balance. I usually do -5, -4 or -5. I think I like 4 better. On midtones, this you leave alone at 0, and this you do +3. Alright, that's good. Okay, now it's hue and saturation. I put it at 17 on master, and then I go to reds, which I don't want too much red, so I'll put -15 for that, so it takes out that icky redness in his face. And for the greens, you leave alone. Don't fuck with the greens, because I know you want this to pop, but if you make this pop, it's gonna make your GIF really grainy down the line, and you don't want that. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I go from this to this. If you want, I can zoom it in so you can see. From this to this. It doesn't seem like a huge difference, but I don't like to put too much saturation in my GIFs. I used to do that, and then it came out really grainy and not the quality that I was looking for. Me personally, I want to enhance the scene in a way where it's not completely a different scene altogether. Like, I want to keep the movie's integrity alive, where I don't want to overcolor. That's pretty much it. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Alright, so now I save. Do not save 900 layers. I forgot to delete. Alright, so we're just gonna save the part of Loki walking up to Tony. I don't know what he's saying. I'm gonna get the subtitles in a second. Okay, let's not even try to even do subtitles right now. Let's just color and save. That's what we're trying to do. So we're gonna do the first 30 layers and see how it looks. My GIF settings change depending on the GIF itself. I usually love pattern, but I know a lot of my friends don't like pattern. They go for diffusion. I think it really depends on the scene in question. Like, I play it on pattern and I stare at it super hard to make sure that it's good, and then I stare at it on diffusion. And I think I like diffusion better. You know, it's so funny how I was talking shit about diffusion and I end up using diffusion to save. Alright, and I save it. That's it. Alright, end video. How do I end video? Where's the thingy? Oh my god, no, not Discord, fuck. No.